Howdy Moz fans, and welcome to another edition of Whiteboard Friday. So this week we're chatting about your competitors' keywords and which of those competitive keywords you might want to actually target versus not. And so many folks use tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs and Keyword Spy and SpyFu and Moz's Keyword Explorer, which now has this feature too, where they look at what are the keywords that my competitors rank for that I may be interested in. And this is actually a pretty smart way to do keyword research. Not the only way, but a smart way to do it. But the challenge comes in when you start looking at your competitors' keywords and then realizing, actually, which of these should I go after and in what priority order? And in the world of competitive keywords, there's actually a little bit of a difference between classic keyword research. So here I've plugged in Hammers and Heels, which is a small online furniture store that has some cool designer furniture, and Dania Furniture, which is a competitor of theirs. They're local in the Seattle area, but carry sort of modern Scandinavian furniture, and industrialhome.com, similar space, right? So all three of these in a similar space. And you can see sort of keywords that return that several of these, one or more of these, rank for. And I've put together difficulty, volume, and organic click-through rate, which are some of the metrics that you'll find. You'll find these metrics actually in most of the tools that I just mentioned. So when I'm looking at this list, which ones do I want to actually go after and not? And how do I choose? Well, this is the process I would recommend. First off, try and make sure you first understand your keyword to conversion funnel, right? So if you've got a classic sort of funnel, you have people buying down here, this is the purchase, and you have people who search for particular keywords up here. And if you understand which people you lose and which people actually make it through the buying process, that's going to be very helpful in knowing which of these terms and phrases and which types of these terms and phrases to actually go after. Because in general, when you're prioritizing competitive keywords, you probably don't want to be going after these keywords that send traffic but don't turn into conversions, unless that's actually your goal. If your goal is raw traffic only, maybe because you serve advertising or other things, or because you know that you can capture a lot of folks very well through retargeting. For example, maybe Hammers and Heels says, hey, biggest traffic funnel we can get, because we know with our retargeting campaigns, even if a keyword brings us someone who doesn't convert, we can convert them later very successfully. Fine, go ahead. Second, choose competitors. So the people you plug in here should tend to be competitors that tend to target the same audiences. Otherwise, your relevance and your conversion gets really hard. For example, I could have used West Elm, which does generally modern furniture as well, but they're very, very broad, right? They target just about everyone. I could have done Ethan Allen, right, which is a sort of very classic old school furniture maker. Probably a really different audience than these three websites. I could have done IKEA, which is sort of low market, brand for everybody. Again, not kind of the match. And so when you are targeting conversion heavy, right, assuming that these folks were going after mostly conversion focused or retargeting focused rather than raw traffic, my suggestion would be strongly to go after sites with the same audience as you. If you're having trouble figuring out who those people are, one suggestion is to check out a tool called SimilarWeb. It's expensive, but very powerful. You can plug in a domain and see what other domains people are likely to visit in that same space and what has audience overlap. Third, the keyword selection process should follow some of these rules. Our easiest first, right? So I would go after the ones that tend to be, that I think are going to be most likely for me to be able to rank for easiest. Why do I recommend that? Because it's tough in SEO with a lot of campaigns to get budget and buy-in unless you can show progress early. And so anytime you can choose the easiest ones first, you're going to be more successful. That's low difficulty, right? High odds of success, high odds that you actually have the team needed to make the content necessary to rank. I wouldn't go after competitive brands here. B, are similar to keywords you target that convert well now. So if you understand this funnel well, you can use your AdWords campaign particularly well for this. So you look at your paid keywords and which ones send you highly converting traffic. Boom. If you see that lighting is really successful for our furniture brand, oh, well look, glass globe chandelier, that's got some nice value. Let's go after that because lighting already works for us. And of course, you want ones that fit your existing site structure. So if you say, oh, we're going to have to make a blog for this. Oh, we need a news section. Oh, we need a different type of UI or UX experience before we can successfully target the content for this keyword. I'd push that down a little further. C, high volume, low difficulty, high organic click-through rate. So, or SERP features you can reach. So basically, when you look at difficulty, that's telling you how hard is it for me to rank for this potential keyword. So if I look in here, I see some 50s and 60s, but I actually see a good number in the 30s and 40s. I would think that glass globe chandelier, S-shaped couch, industrial home furniture, these are pretty approachable. That's impressive stuff. Volume, right? I want as high as I can get, but oftentimes high volume leads to very high difficulty. And organic click-through rate percentage, this is essentially saying what percent of people click on the 10 blue link style organic search results, and classic SEO will help get me there. However, if you see low numbers like a 55% for this type of chair, you might take a look at those search results and see that a lot of images are taking up the other organic click-through, and you might say, hey, let's go after image SEO as well. So it's not just organic click-through rate, you can also target SERP features. And then last but not least, I would urge you to go after brands when you carry and serve them, but not when you don't, right? So if this Ecorns chair is something that your furniture store, right, that Hammers and Heels actually carries, great, but if it's something that's exclusive to Dania, I wouldn't go after it. And I would generally not go after competitors' brand names or branded product names, with an exception. And I actually use this site to highlight this. So industrial home furniture is both a branded term, because it's the name of this website, industrial home furniture, right, is their brand, and it's also a generic. And so in those cases, I would tell you, yes, it probably makes sense to go after a category like that. If you follow these rules, you can generally use competitive intel on keywords to build up a really nice portfolio of targetable, high potential keywords that can bring you some serious SEO returns. Look forward to your comments, and we'll see you again next week for another edition of Whiteboard Friday.